Hey Fruit Bats, it's Frilly Banana Girl here. Welcome to another episode. So today's video is just a quick one on menstrual cups or vagina plugs or pussy plugs, whatever you like to call them. I've done a video on these before and it's time for an updated one because I just got my new one. And it's very, very cool. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing for you. And I put a photo of my cup on my Instagram and it just went crazy. 350 comments from a lot of women going, oh, what the fuck? What is that? What do you do with that? Tell me all about it. Can you wear it when you're swimming? All these questions. So I'm going to go through a few of those questions now. Firstly, I'm going to do the unboxing. Okay, so it just comes in this box. Okay, this one's called Lunette and it's a menstrual cup. You get Diva cups, Keepers. They're all basically the same thing. Sometimes you get different material, like you can have rubber or latex. And this is what you get. So you get a little shell. It'll be different depending on where you are. You know, in America, you might get a different little setup, but we're in Australia now, so this is what we get. There's a little pretty baggie. That is nice. And here is the cup. Dun, dun, dun. Drum roll, please. Hey, my name's Lunette. I catch your blood. Pleased to meet you. So, you've been introduced to Lunette. This is such a cool little thing. Okay, so I'm going to answer some of your questions. I know there's women out there, there's some of you out there who are going, oh my God, I'm not putting that up me. What do you do with that? So let's see what the questions that we can answer. All right, so first one, there's a lot of comments like, yuck, no, and oh my God, that's feral, that's disgusting, that's gross. But that's, that's an expected reaction when you haven't heard of this before and you were faced with the prospect of putting a plastic plug up you. And I can understand you being apprehensive because I was like, no, I'm not putting that up me. That's how I was initially, but I learned about it and now I've been using it for over 7 years and it is excellent, okay? Really, absolutely amazing. So we have a few questions. Let me go. Yuck, no. Okay, we'll get past that one. All right, one of the main... Okay, Tammy Miller 098. Would anyone mind explaining how they work? That's a fair enough question, okay? So what it does is it captures your blood, your menstrual flow, into this little cup, and so you put it up there, and then you take it out. Like, I only use it about once a day. You might have to change it maybe twice a day, but generally it's only once per day and you pull it out and then you just put it in the sink, or if you're outside, I don't know, if you want to put it in the garden, put it in the garden, but I just put it in the sink generally and that's fine. You can replace it, place it back up there, you can wash it out or whatever you feel like doing. If you're in a public, toilets or something like that, you can pour it out, but generally because it's only once per day, I'll do it, at home, in the privacy of my own home, and that's fine. So, how does it work? How do you place it up there? That was a very popular question. What you do is you fold it. Sorry, this camera is not so good, but look, you fold it like that. See that? Hey, there we go, pop. And then you fold like that, and you, hang on. This is going to be a demonstration. Mum was laughing at me before because I was doing warm-ups, wasn't I, Mum? Menstrual cup warm-up. So what you do is you get a bit of a squat happening, get that position with your fingers, and you kind of relax your pelvic floor. You don't want it to be all tense because then nothing will be allowed to go up the canal. So relax, and let me put this down a bit. So, okay, you squat and relax the pelvic floor, and you kind of just work it up there until it's in a good position, and then you release, pop like that, and it fills the canal, so the blood just comes down, and it's perfect. No leakage at all. You have to get the right size for you though. If you've had children, you're going to be a little bit less tight down there, so you're going to have to get a bigger one. If you haven't had children, get a smaller one. I'm using the smaller one, and it's perfect, just like that. And so when it's filled up, this takes a lot of blood. When it's filled up, you want to take it out, of course. So you use this little bit here to pull it out. So you don't just pull it out like that, or you're going to spray the walls with blood. Okay, so you don't do that. You got to be careful. It takes a little bit of practice, and you want to snip the end too, so it's not hanging out too much. You just snip it. Don't snip it too far. Don't snip this too far, or else you won't be able to grab onto anything. You want to be able to grab onto enough. So what you do, it's full of blood, and you got a little tag there, and you just work it out a little bit until you can grip the bottom. So until you can grip the bottom like that, and then you gently maneuver it out, and it comes out like that. You don't pour it upside down because common sense will tell you it will go everywhere. So you keep it upright like that, and then you go and pour it out, and then you fold again, and then you place up there, and you're good to go. I hope that was a good demonstration. And that's all you do. And there's been some questions like, is it good for swimming? Yes, it is so good for swimming. And honestly, you will not feel it. You don't have leakage. It's so comfortable. I mean, when I first got it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to feel this all the time. But honestly, you do not feel it if it is placed correctly. So you got to stick with it a bit. If initially it feels a little bit uncomfortable, you got to stick with it until you can place it in the right place. And this is such a great way to save money. On tampons and pads, my God, I was spending hundreds of dollars. This is only about like $60. It might even be cheaper where you are, $60, and it will last a couple of years. And I also got this cleaner with it. So you can clean it, with some hot water, wash it out so it's nice and clean. Sometimes I get a little bit of stainage, but not too much. And this pretty purple color is going to cover that up a little bit. Let's see what other questions we have. I mean, some people said, oh, that's gross. But think about it. It isn't gross. I mean, what's gross is sticking some toxic fabric up there, which you feel. Like, every time I used to wear tampons, I would feel it. And I'd be like, oh, this is so uncomfortable. And pads, these big fat pads stick in there. No thanks, over that. I'm never, ever going back. And environmentally, it is really bad for the environment. And these plugs are this is the ultimate eco solution. And apparently they were invented in about 1930s. But why didn't we hear about it, hey? The tampon industry, the pad industry has kept that secret from us very, very well. So ladies, it's time to empower yourself and get one of these vagina plugs, because it feels empowering. It really, really does. It feels kind of like, you're not depending on these big corporations to give you these toxic tampons anymore. So, okay, questions. I've had one for 8 years. It's definitely a game changer. That's Elegant Beast. If you want to go on my Instagram, there's heaps of testimonials, positive testimonials saying how good it is. Girl, tell me how exactly you use it. I said, ew, no thanks. It's not gross. It's not gross. It's just something new. You got to get past that. I know initially when you hear that, it's like, oh, that's disgusting. But that's just that initial reaction to something you don't understand, something that seems to be gross, something that's new. But open your mind, and, accept new ideas. And although it's not a new idea, it's from the 1930s, but, accept these new, these new things that are coming your way, because it's really going to change your life. So everybody, there's a lot of excitement on this thread. I am so happy that so many women are being put onto these pussy plugs. I'm very, very happy about this. I'm having trouble getting tampons in. Will this cup be easier to fit? I mean, it's different for everybody, but I find that it was quite easy. At first, it was a little bit like, oh, this is a bit uncomfortable, but that's only because I didn't have it far enough up. You have to put it far enough up. But you have to make sure that there's a little bit of the tag hanging out, so you can get it out. Yeah, so I think I answered most people's questions. So definitely try these out. I'm not being sponsored by them. I just love them so much. I want every woman on the planet to try these cups because they are epic. They are a game changer, and it's just really worth the investment, which is a small investment. So remember, you do the old fold like that. Fold and release so when you're taking it out, okay, you need to relax the pelvic floor so that allows the cup to lower. So when you're tensing your pelvic floor, the cup will suck up. So you just relax, because it's a relaxing thing to do. You don't have to panic about it. Relax, and then edge it out, and then you're right. You're good to go. Wash it, store it somewhere until next month. All right, that's it. I'm not going to go on any longer. It's going to be a long video as it is. I hope that helped. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and let's get women everywhere onto these empowering little vagina plugs. All right, don't forget to go fruit. Woo! Or root yourself, and I will see you soon.